Welcome to another Mentorship live session. This is a slight change because this week we are doing it on a Friday evening. Wednesday we couldn't, we had to postpone. So it's a good thing. We will talk about the weekly market wrap. As always, the first half I'll be talking about the market analysis. Market के बारे में थोड़ा discuss कर लेंगे, and later on we will take our trades. What went wrong? What went right? Did we make, or we cannot always win, but we can definitely always learn. So there goes the saying that you cannot always earn, but you can definitely always learn. So that's an important quote. To start today's mentorship live class, thanks everyone for joining in. Let's quickly take a look about what the Nifty has been doing this week. Nothing much. It's up close to 1%. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 8 weeks, and you're essentially completely range bound. Whenever you sense that it's going to break down, that's where it bounces back, and when you think a breakout aayega, that's when it eases off. I think it was in our last week's mentorship live class that towards the end of the analysis I shared that, it's very difficult to say which way the market's going to go right now, but wait for the breakout of 11,000, 10,500, right? And I did add to that that my gut feeling bol raha hai that there's likely to be a breakout on the upside. It's not essentially a gut feeling, but looking at the way that it is so resilient and it's not willing to come off, and some way or the other, some stock or some sector is supporting it. It's just a sense that probably if we get a move about that 10,950, 970 mark, I think we have another shy of the index trying to touch and break above that 11,000. But if I go with my view, I'm completely unbiased towards the long side or on the short side. And according to the indicators we use, we are in an uptrend, short-term uptrend with positive momentum. That's a good thing. The weekly momentum has definitely improved. That's also a good thing. So it's tending towards a positive breakout. Let me quickly bring in some intraday data so that we can check what's happening in our lower time frames. The lower time frames we generally look at is the 75-minute and the 15-minute. So daily chart say ek kadam niche aake, we will quickly check with our 75-minute time frame and check what's the trend and the momentum telling us in that particular time frame. There you go. So let's quickly check with the 75-minute chart. We are in an uptrend with a slight deterioration in the momentum, but overall, this is the breakout that we are looking for. Short-term levels, 10,960.65. On the downside, 10,850, 860 on the downside. These are the short-term levels. As you can see that pattern traders will definitely look something like an ascending triangle. Resistances are capped, lows are rising. So this takes the shape of that of an ascending triangle breakout. Ascending triangle generally bullish hote hai. So unbiased market, completely range bound, no trend on the up or the downside. Breakout ke liye wait karna hai. Those are the levels to wait for. Let's look at Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty has been outperforming for quite some time. There's no doubt about that. Bank Nifty ka trend to positive hai, but over the last 5 days this week, the momentum of the index have been easing off. Weekly is fairly nice, closing in apne life high ke taraf ja raha hai. But it's been going up one way for quite some time. Seems like a little tired. 75-minute chart suggests that there's a short-term range. There is resistance up here, but you should always stay with the trend. Is this a rising wedge? This looks like a rising wedge to me. If you draw, simple lines like these, then you might land up finding some kind of a rising wedge. Now, rising wedge after a rising market is not a very good sign. Isko agar todta hai, then the Bank Nifty can bring in some nasty surprise on the downside. But that's the kind of market we are in right now, where you should be open towards a directional move in either direction. Agar trend एंड मोमेंटम का बात करें फॉर द निफ्टी पॉजिटिव है 11,000 के ऊपर, और बैंक निफ्टी का बात करें तो बैंक निफ्टी हैज बीन आउट परफॉर्मिंग, एक पैटर्न के अंदर है जहां पे वी कैन गेट सम सेल ऑफ, बट द ट्रेंड एंड द मोमेंटम both are supporting. So the weekly charts also, the trend and momentum are supporting. So overall, it's not a bad market, but it's a very tricky market because it's all over the place. Breakouts are failing. High volatility. आप अगर intraday charts देखेंगे, you will figure it out that a 5-minute chart will show some wide gyrations, especially on the bank nifty, which we saw yesterday. Big sell-off, sharp bounce backs all over the place, completely range bound in today's trade. Breakout, when you expect it will come, it will go further up. Significant sell-off, when you think that the day's low will be broken, that's when it bounces back. So this is the environment where we are right now. Uncertain. I think ये रहेगा जब तक Nifty on the upside, it does not take out 11,000, sustain करके ऊपर की तरफ, and नीचे में 10,500 from a medium term perspective. Quickly sector performance पे देख लेते, एक बार ध्यान दे देते. So let's come to report designer and let's quickly go to the rate of change and daily से weekly जाते, add, and let's quickly go to the exchange defined by NSE and all indices and quickly run a scan to find out energy. इसका मेन कारण आज रिलायंस का मूवमेंट है. ये जो निफ्टी एनर्जी सबसे ऊपर सेक्टरल परफॉर्मर्स में से है, इसका मेन श्रेय आज रिलायंस के मूव को जाता है. देन वी हैव द एनएससी निफ्टी आईटी जिसका मेन मूवमेंट इन्फोसिस के ऊपर जाता है, एंड देन कमोडिटीज अ बिट ऑफ निफ्टी व्हिच इज क्लोज टू 1%. कुछ खास नहीं. सो इट्स एसेंशियली एनर्जी एंड आईटी व्हिच सपोर्टेड द मार्केट लास्ट वीक. Media essentially led by Z. PSU banks जो लीड कर रहे थे, currently they are easing off right now. Pharma, ये weakness is mainly contributed by the weakness in Sun Pharma. So this is a common thing that has been happening. अगर आप देखेंगे, if you notice that 1 or 2 big stocks are impacting the market or that particular sector. This is Sun Pharma. This is Reliance. This is Infosys, weekly chart 7% up. So it's not a market जहां पे broad based rally या broad based sell off हो रहा है. Pharmaceuticals में broad based sell off नहीं हुआ है. Let's say we come here, we come to the report designer और इसको हम pharma में change कर देते हैं. Let's change this to pharma. और इसको अगर run करें तो आप देखेंगे that barring Sun Pharma and little bit of Glenmark, बाकी के stocks कुछ as such damage नहीं किया है सेक्टर को. इनफैक्ट मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर पॉजिटिव, राइट. इफ आई रन दिस इनटू द एनर्जी यूनिवर्स क्विकली एंड इफ आई चेक दैट रिलायंस 7%, IOC, BPCL, HPCL, these are your oil marketing companies. Then at the other end you have Reliance Infra, GAIL, NTPC and Power Grid. Power Grid को छोड़ देते, you have NTPC, Reliance Infra and GAIL which is also down. So broad-based across the sector rally, across the sector sell-off is not the norm. It is just that few large caps here and there which are holding the index up, which is supporting the index. आप इसको index management बुला सकते हैं, इसका term आप use कर सकते हैं. You can name it an index management. But overall what is happening is a nice sectoral play so that the Nifty does not go anywhere, but the stocks go overbought and oversold. Those who go overbought, like 2 हफ्ते पहले PSU banks, वो इस हफ्ते नीचे आ रहे हैं, और जो 2-3 हफ्ते पहले नीचे थे, like your Infosys, TCS and Wipros, वो इस हफ्ते ऊपर आ रहे. So it is essentially a sectoral rotation, और जब ये sectoral rotation होता है, तब इंडेक्स को टूटने नहीं देते, okay? So that when the time comes, it will help for a move on the upside, like a breakout on the upside. So overall, let's see whether we actually get the move above 11,000 or not. If we get, we will not be surprised. Even if it comes down, then also we will not be very much surprised. अगर ये नीचे आता है, if the index comes down, then Bank Nifty पे ध्यान रखना चाहिए, because Bank Nifty is in this rising wedge. So momentum also in the shorter time frame is deteriorating. इस पे ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, right? कुछ important stocks पे ध्यान देते हैं. Let's come to this report designer over here and let's run it quickly on the 108 stocks in the futures market, which I generally track and trade. And in this 108 stocks, I can see that Reliance tops it thanks to the move जो उसने आज दिया था. It was a clear-cut breakout going back to this current highs. And apart from the polarity resistances which comes from these lows, psychological 1200 ka level, there's not much to take away from the chart. It's a strong chart, weekly, positive trend, momentum is improving. Daily chart, positive trend, momentum is improving. I'm quite sure कि ये 1200 निकाल देगा, and अगर 1200 के ऊपर टिक जाता है, there is much upsides left in the stock. That's a good thing from the fact that a heavyweight Reliance is supporting. Yes Bank पे मेरा काफी दिन से ध्यान था for a long trade, but negate होने के बाद it gave this move. It's in a downtrend if you look at the weekly chart. It's in an uptrend if you look into a daily chart. Momentum दोनों ही time frame में positive है. If it comes down and ये नीचे आ भी रहा है, the last time I spotted it was over here, thanks to this hidden divergence. So I will look to buy on a dip अगर ये मुझे chance देता है. तो Infosys turn on a dime, clear reversal. It gave a nice positive divergence over here, which led to the big move, the reversal on the upside. उसके बाद इसने daily chart पे कोई chance ही नहीं दिया. It did not at all give us any chance whatsoever to enter if you go by the daily charts. Mindtree is also on the verge of a breakout, but not the best of charts. Wipro, big breakout. Weekly charts पे अगर आप देखें, this is one stock which has hit life high. So Wipro surprised us good with a breakout on the upside. BPCL, IOC, and HPCL, these are intermediate downtrend पे है और short term bounce backs है. So I'm not very comfortable trading these oil marketing companies. On the downside, obviously Sun Pharma. Bharti Airtel disappoints with a big sharp move today, down 6%. I think इसने एक negative divergence बनाया था यहाँ पे, ये रहा आपका classical negative divergence. Shoot के साथ, those who have gone through the hook strategy, you will know that this is a hook trade. Because यहाँ पे आपका negative divergence के साथ shoot था, so you've got a trade below this. So this was Bharti Airtel. Granules is not the best of the stocks to trade. BEL, Engineers India, and the rest are more or less the mid caps. So we are in a situation जहाँ पे the market's not going anywhere. The sectoral rotations are happening every 2 to 3 weeks. From a trading perspective, it's not the best of times. It's not been a very good week for me also, and few people whom I talk to. It's not been that great because it's been tough. Consistency थोड़ा lack हो रहा है. But overall, I think the important thing is the breakout above 11K. Short term, 10,850, 10,700. And the major damage will come if the market slips below 10,500. All right. So that's my view. That's my take on the markets. I think Reliance ka support rahega. Infosys probably will slow down a little bit. Banks might pick up. But overall, I think the Nifty will try its full best to break above that 11,000 mark on the upside. Now let's move ahead and let's discuss the trades that we did, the doubts that you might have this week ended 18th of Jan 2019.